Are you ready for the ultimate bikepacking weekend adventure? Join us for an unforgettable self-supported bikepacking trip through Southwest Virginia. The Grayson Gravel Pie Bikepacking Adventure travels along the Virginia Creeper Trail, the beautiful gravel roads of Grayson County, Virginia, and the New River Trail. All lodging and camping arrangements are included, along with daily routes and guides riding along with you. This self-supported adventure offers resupply opportunities every 20 miles for your food and water needs. Find out more at graveltraveldirt.com.
You're listening to Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt.
Hi, everybody. I'm Brian.
And I'm Joey.
And I'm Jess.
I'm going to have to cut that big long pause out of it.
Yeah, what was that about, Joey?
People will stop
I
listening.
thought Jess would step up to the plate.
We really should let Lady go first.
Yeah.
But I think
No,
part
I'm
of it,
good.
a part of it's like
You are like the voice of the podcast.
I hit the button,
so
I know when's the right time to
That's what I'm
start
saying.
it
I
off.
don't need headphones if you hit
Yeah.
Whenever you say, hi, I'm Brian, I wait 10 seconds and I say, hey, I'm Joey.
Hey, everybody, this is episode 155 of Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt. Come on along and spend the next hour or so with us talking about gravel, bikes, adventure biking, bikepacking, bike camping, saving money for spring. Everybody's going to know what that's all about, right?
We're supposed to get another stimulus.
Are we?
I don't know. I just think if we talk about
No,
it.
we're not.
We're just playing bikes. So saving money, though, I mean, we really are going to talk about that.
Yes.
And one of the best ways to save money is to buy quality over quantity. How many times do you go out and buy something just to have to replace it because it's worn out because you got a cheap substitute? Happens all the time, right? But if you go to Cutaway USA to buy all of their premium cycling apparel, you're getting quality right out of the gate. And you don't have to worry about that stuff falling apart on you.
Nope.
Cutaway is an industry leader using innovative fabrics combined with clean and bold designs. Make sure to visit their website at cutawayusa.com to see all the jerseys, bibs, neck gaiters, and cycling apparel, and all the other gear. When you reach the checkout, use the code GRAVEL15 to take 15% off your entire order. That offer is a special discount just for our listeners. Don't share it with anybody who doesn't listen to the podcast. Get very upset.
We'll know. We have a tracker.
Yeah, there's like all that stuff.
We got
going
that
on.
5G in everyone now.
So I just saw the new pack kit for
In
the
person.
shop that Joey got from Cutaway. So that made me even more excited
Yes.
for the cargo bibs that we're going to get as a part of the kit for the GTD kit. It really was on point.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
Nothing what you said, but when someone says in the flesh, does that sound weird to you? Like, it just sounds like maybe there's a cadaver there.
Did I just use in the flesh?
No. I said in person. You saw it in person.
Okay.
Some people say in the flesh.
Well,
Yeah,
when you
so
just
like-
take it like that and you try to consider it, yes.
Yeah.
And the other one that is really disturbing is when somebody says, "I'm going to go get my pound of flesh. I'm going to go rip you up."
I've never
I
heard
never
that
heard that one.
before.
Really?
But
Never
we're in
heard
our
that
30s.
before.
So I'm gonna go.
Never.
All right.
Somebody gets upset with you. They're gonna rip up take their pound of flesh out of you. That one's really disturbing.
Right,
So you can go see somebody in the flesh to have them take a pound of flesh. Although we could all probably lose a pound of flesh. wouldn't hurt me. I'd actually be okay with that. But anyway,
the
Yeah.
new Cutaway. Yeah, because we got tops and bottoms for the shop, tech tees, vests. I think I don't know. We all kinds of
They
stuff.
do look really nice.
They're
Yeah,
very bright. They're
they're-
not yellow like many people mistakenly try to get highlighter, like neon. Like this is straight neon.
that is straight
Philip
high
said
vis.
he went to his neon palette.
That is straight up high visibility stuff. Now we're not doing that though for GTD kit.
No,
We're
our
doing-
kit is done.
Okay.
Well, you saw the jersey.
design, yeah, the
The
design.
design is done. We'll hopefully open the store later this week.
Do you want to describe for people? Because maybe the timing is
Elegant, earth toned, topo lines.
little
Little-
OD green and some black and a little highlight of
Got
orange
a little
splashed
tan,
in there.
and it's like just enough of everything.
hmm
So it's not bland, but it's stylish.
And we're going to have the cargo bibs. And the
Yes.
cargo bibs are going to have some highlights that will match.
Yeah.
So what is a cargo bib and how is it different from my regular bibs?
Cargo bib is like a train. No, cargo bib actually has pockets in the side. Yeah, like
Pockets.
cargo train. Anyway,
Pockets.
pockets.
but
it
are
has
they
pockets
still
in it.
tight?
Yeah.
They're bibs.
Yeah, they're
They
bibs.
just have pockets.
It's like a
on the
stretchy
side.
like
pocket.
my Specialized bibs you wore the other day with the pockets on them. I know you
See,
wore them.
but those pockets are in the back, like where jersey pockets
No,
are.
I have the Adventure cargo bibs from Specialized.
Okay. So, but our cutaway bibs are going to have the almost like hip pockets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, it just extra. I mean, the Specialized ones, I could put all my nutrition and anything in. Like, you don't notice it, which is great.
See, the only ones
So the
I've ever
cargo
used-
aspect, no, I don't like my Specialized at all.
So the only Specialized bibs that I had that have had the extra pockets
The
are the ones
RBX SWAT.
RBX
Yeah.
and the SWAT that are made for women. They're just the
No, those are
with.
And if they were women, that's fine too.
That's fine too.
So Specialized makes a pair called the Adventure. I bought them specifically to talk on. There is an episode about them.
Mm-hmm. I remember
They
we
have the
talked
side pockets on the thighs, and then they have extra like big pockets back here. So you
You-
could do something like unpaved with cargo bibs and a little bag.
Uh-huh.
It's like fully self-supported. You can put water bottles back there, but the Specialized ones, it is like a razor blade cutting through your like shoulders. Straps are very
Yeah,
uncomfortable.
these straps on these bibs, I like they're really
Oh,
wide,
way different. Yeah.
mesh. Really, I really liked my first impression. And
Yep.
I'm going to give a long-term review here at the end of the
I already
podcast.
have a long term. I held them in my hands.
So I actually have been seeing a lot of those female bibs who's cut in front now. And I know when we were looking on the website, we saw a lot of them that it like
Hold
came
straps
together in the front and then came together in the back. And I have to really try a pair because I've seen them on Instagram. A lot of people are wearing them now, but I have no idea if they, keep bibs up, like how the relationship is to a female's body. So I definitely want to try a pair.
I think that, like the Velocio, has to do with the female anatomy, which part of my anatomy too, because I'm like a solid B cup. So, anyway,
I just want to try it. I don't know. I feel like it's the new thing in women's bibs and
Do you,
are you talking about the women's style or the cargo?
the cargo or the women's?
We're
the
talking about
women's
cargo.
style.
Oh,
But I was saying there's a whole new line out
Oh,
of
there is,
women's bibs that come up in the front. So
have you seen them? It's like a mesh panel that comes up to about right
Yeah.
here.
Oh,
It's pretty interesting.
I might actually like that.
Me too.
One of the things I like about the bibs is the way is
It
it,
holds everything
it
together.
It,
up
not
and
only
in.
that, but it's like because I came from just like probably everybody else did, wearing the cycling shorts.
I've never actually worn a pair of shorts.
I have, and they always bit in, and they would get
Yep.
bunched up, and they felt horrible. And then immediately you go to bibs, and it's like, whoa, your eyes are open to like why people are wearing
there are some
them.
low cut bibs that like right above the waistline cut off.
Yeah,
They don't come up at all.
I got some Specialized bibs, that
And
are
it's just
that,
like
feel
like
that.
my belly pooches out right there.
Yeah,
just want
yeah.
it nice. And,
I like it. I would like it to come up a little
Yeah.
more supportive.
Yeah.
I think that's a good thing. But that's just me. That's just me. Do you remember when Wes had those bibs that he thought were like regular bibs, but
the
they were
bib liners from
they were the
Outback shorts.
liners.
Well, they were like a decent quality bib, but they were a closeout for like $20 or $30 our cost.
But they were
like
liners. They were see through.
Oh yeah,
And he was just like, nah. And he would just wear them. Do
It
you
is
remember
Wes,
those?
yeah.
Jess?
I remember.
I remember.
It's
It
on
was
some of
hard
our
on it.
videos.
So you just reached here, Joey, into the center of the table, and this will be a big part of the cover picture this week, so we need to talk about it. You made some smoked cream cheese in your smoker. Oh,
ooh, the crunch.
the crunch.
The crunch on the bread.
Crunch of the week.
Yeah, and it is delicious. So how did you? Let's be a cooking podcast here for just a moment. So you just took a big block of cream cheese, put it in your iron skillet, seasoned
I
it.
prefer Lodge.
Okay, well you would
I'm
just
trying to afford a Smithy's here very soon. Anyway, you
Still hot.
you got a nice. No, it's not. It cooled off.
cooled
You got a nice skillet. Make sure it's seasoned so it doesn't make a mess.
Mm-hmm.
I literally just took a block of cream cheese, seasoned it with like some like stuff I would rub on like a pork rub or barbecue, not barbecue sauce, but like a
no,
a rub.
like a dry rub,
a dry rub. And then I did like crosshatch across the top of it with a knife about halfway down. So it opens it up a little bit. And then 2 hours, you probably go an hour, I don't know, 2 hours at like 200 degrees. And I turned on my high smoke mode. And
to infuse
just
it
enough
with the,
little-
with the
yeah.
smoke. When you brought it in, the smell came with you. I would still like to actually sniff you later because if you.
well, I've been
stand-
by the smoker too, so I smell like
I know, that's what I'm talking about.
the
So,
Traeger blend of whatever pellets I bought. But
anyway, it's delicious.
I did
So-
take the
It was super
baguette
good.
too with a little olive oil, and I put it on there for about a half hour and flipped it. So the bread's crunchy, a little flavor.
Yeah, that on point. Was this my surprise?
Yeah,
Yeah, Joey promised a surprise.
something simple.
and this is just the perfect.
I got to provide
surprise.
every episode. No.
So we are actually, because some people
We are going to talk about bike stuff.
we will, but our Patreon folks will get this early, and they're going to get it here today on Monday, because we're recording a day early because it's MLK Day, Martin Luther King Day. Jess has the day off of work, so this will give us the opportunity to participate in the Dirty Kitten virtual ride tonight, and also participate in the club ride tomorrow night. We're usually are recording a podcast.
I don't think I can. I don't think I can join on my Peloton unless I Zwift on the side. I mean, I have the Peloton going and the Zwift. I don't really know.
I did have a lovely lady in the store the other day trying to get a speed and cadence sensor, and she told me it's for a Peloton. There's no way to mount a speed sensor on a Peloton.
Why would you want to do that?
She recently switched to a Garmin watch, and when she turned her Garmin metrics, like she's all about the Connect app and her body, everything.
The Peloton.
So
doesn't ship
it just
that
showed.
stuff over?
Well, she just turned her watch on and it showed 0. So she wanted at least all that to show up. And I was like, "There's no way you can put a speed sensor. You can put a cadence sensor on the crank. You
Not
can't put a speed sensor on the
speed
front
sensor.
wheel."
But a cadence. You can put
Yeah.
on the
So I
front.
tried to walk her through pairing her watch to her Peloton, and then
You could get a
that to the
speed
app.
sensor and like tie it to a string, and then while you're on your Peloton, you could just swing it around in circles.
oh yeah,
Can you put something on like your shoe? Because that's what they do for running, and they put it on your shoe.
Maybe no.
I don't know.
I don't know. Take your Peloton metrics. So, but anyway, on a Monday afternoon here, Jess and I are again being responsible with our polar seltzers.
Whoa!
And what are you
I'm being
doing over
responsible.
there? You're very
I
responsible.
have a campfire amplifier ale from Dogfish Head
Nice. What's your day
Nice.
off? You're supposed to take that. You're supposed to enjoy
in
your
my
day
Jubilee
off.
Farm cup. I bought this beer. Remember, I was on the kick on it last year, and then this
Yeah,
was
it's good.
like springtime, end of the season. When stout season goes away, they were like $5 closeouts because it's like one of those $12, $15 six packs or whatever it was. I bought a bunch, and there were still a couple left in the fridge.
I wonder how many days it is to Croatan.
60.
Is it really? Do you actually know that for a
That's
fact?
close because isn't it like
It's
2
gotta
months
be
from
like
this week?
right in this window of 6. That man, it comes up so early in the spring.
So early in the spring, and good thing I had this Dirty Kitten thing because I just like it's so cold out, it's snowing all the time, it would just come up right underneath me because it's March. It's the right.
Yeah, and aren't we supposed to get snow again this weekend coming up?
Correct.
Yeah. Yep.
We just got interrupted. For
By
a
who?
Quick cutaway status update.
Oh, okay.
Use the code GTD, all capital, GTD20. So that's GTD20, all capital letters for your 20% off.
Oh, so 20% off.
20. It just got better. I feel like I'm a Billy Mays commercial.
Wow.
Yeah.
But wait,
Well,
there's
wait,
more.
There's more.
Well, wait.
I was just thinking that.
Nope.
Okay, so if you listened early,
Philip
just
just
to get-
texted me, yes.
If you early listened and then you turned us off, you may still try to use the Gravel 15 code, and you'll be out 5% in your pocket. So if you listened all the way to the 12-ish minute mark, you know that GTD20 is now the 20% off code. I'm excited about.
I wonder
that.
how many people have actually used it. I would be really.
Actually, Philip,
I think a lot.
the first day, but bunch of cargo bibs went out, Philip said.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm going to tell you what. After seeing the cutaway bibs in person, I'm going to actually get 2 pairs, not 1. I am, and I might get. Does he sell just straight black? I'm sure.
Probably, yeah.
I might get 1 to match the GTD kit, and 1 instead of just straight black cargo bibs to match all my other jerseys. Because the way you design the jersey, it's actually going to work really well with just black bibs.
It will.
Yeah.
When I say I designed it, was all Philip.
Well, I mean, but you went back and forth with
Yeah,
him. You were
Philip's a genius.
You were the intermediary on that.
But I will say I'm pretty sure our new bibs will match the old jersey.
Oh, that's awesome. So a lot of versatileness.
yes.
Yeah.
Versatileness.
Versatileness.
Versus style.
Functionality versus style.
Versus
yeah.
style.
All of those things.
Versus style. Cutaway versus style. He should name a piece of something that. Versus style.
Versus style.
I just trademarked it. Philip, it's all yours, though, if you'd like to use it. Joe, you got a whole bunch of things under your list. I have absolutely nothing to talk about. All I do
I have
anymore
bike
is-
stuff to talk about.
All I do is swim and ride the trainer. So go ahead.
Swim and ride the trainer. All right, Tricross is coming along. I spent about $800 and I'm golden. No, just kidding. No, I spent very minimal. I bought a 1x chain ring and a chain,
Okay.
which is pennies. Because I took everything off. I cleaned it up. It cleaned up very well. Running 1x on it, so I got like a 42 tooth or 44. I don't know, a race face up front. I actually forgot, and then I just threw on a micro shift. I had a spare micro shift derailleur. Just It's a cruiser.
Sure.
And but that derailleur will allow it to go. I think I could do like a 36 or 40 tooth and cassette in the back.
I saw it. I saw it when I shopped the other day. It looks good.
Looks good. I took the stickers off. Used a blowtorch for that one, which was satisfying. And threw my rhombuses on, my pretty gnarly specialized tires. I got my Kona 52 centimeter drop bars.
I was astounded
Choppers.
by the clearance that Tricross offers.
Oh, yeah, you can go bigger.
I'm going to tell you what, folks. If you're in the market, you don't want to spend a bunch of money on a gravel bike.
$1,000.
Find yourself an old Tricross.
It's actually really hard.
What year is that?
It's a 2006.
Okay, find yourself a
They made them
2006
from
Tricross.
like 2005 or 6 through 2011.
That'll clear some. Those are clear. What do you think it would clear 50s?
No.
48s?
Maybe 47s,
Oh.
44s. Chris has one too, and his dad.
Mm-hmm.
So, like when I was looking for the AWOL or just a project bike, I was on eBay looking for Tricross frames. That one popped up.
Well, they would easily clear 44s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those are knobby 42s.
That's really surprised me when I looked at the frame and saw the clearance that it had on.
It's pretty cool. I got some like $5 handlebar tape.
You're gonna put
on there,
and you're gonna put the brisket basket on.
I'm hoping to.
Yeah.
It's cantilever, so that's the big bugaboo for some folks. So I'm trying to figure out, because that cantilever cable runs, the brake cable runs right down through the fork.
Okay.
So I'm trying to figure out because I can get a piece that'll make it work, or a brake mount that I can put the cable through, but just got busy. Work was very busy. Work felt like it was like June this week.
Wow.
But yeah, so Tricross project, it's rideable. I got some nice flat pedals on there. Some of the new Supercaz specialized collab pedals, flats with pins. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Maybe I'll ride that at Unpaved Neck. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
You can.
No,
you can.
You can.
you can definitely
Sounds
ride
like you
Croatan with that.
You can
thing.
ride wherever you want.
I would not ride unpaved without disc brakes. And I burned through disc brake pads. I threw a Kona Sutra ULTD frame set on back order because it might show up like late summer. It could show up in April, or it could show up in October.
That frame looks like a mother pup dog that's just had like 12 puppies. There's little nipples sticking out all over that bike.
I don't think people like.
Did you like that visual, Jess? Did you like that?
It's cool. I don't think people realize, like, some of the Kona frame sets, the steel ones, like the frame set's like $5.99 or $6.99 MSRP. That's frame and fork and stuff. It's pretty affordable.
That is very affordable.
The builds are like $2,500, but it's pretty solid. So you get, like, if you had parts laying around, or you have like you want to swap. Everyone's doing frames now because there's no parts available. So it's that thing can clear like 2.2s, 29ers.
Well, it could be a project. You could.
Oh yeah.
I think gravel is prime.
Yeah.
For people to actually buy something like that and just tinker. And
it's
definitely you can learn a lot about your bike.
And it's one of those slack bikes. Like it's like a Salsa Cutthroat or Fargo. There's a big old. It kind of cures that mountain bike fix. If you want to ride trails, you could probably ride trail. I could do that on the Libre, but not really meant for that.
Well, I saw it on your computer screen when I was in the shop the other day. I came
that one posted
to settle my tab.
Yeah,
because I'd had an open tab for a couple
thousands
of
of dollars. He bought my Sutra. He just doesn't realize it.
And I come in and I look on your computer, and you had that, like, I'm going to call it the nipple bike.
Nipple bike. Well, it's got nubbins all over it.
They're everywhere. They're everywhere.
So that's the ULTD, which is a slacker. The LTD is like Kona's traditional touring.
All right.
The ULTD is a slacker version of that. Doesn't climb well, but I don't climb well either. So I'm also afraid of descending and stuff. So it's a very confident descending type of bike.
You just piqued my curiosity. You said it's a slacker geometry that doesn't climb well.
Most slack geometries don't climb well.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm thinking about my Warrican and that flip chip. So if I was to take that bike climbing, would you recommend I shorten that?
Yeah.
The wheel length, the
wheelbase.
Wheelbase.
Yeah, shorten chain stays, so your wheelbase gets a little shorter. Yeah.
So like
it'll be snappier in the back. So you lose a little bit when you do that to those bikes, whether some people notice it or not. So when you go slacker or longer wheelbase, you gain stability, but you lose a little bit of that like get up and go.
The punch.
Yeah. but you're gaining stability. Yeah, what did I say?
You're losing stability.
Which part are we at? Back or are we at front? or front?
So if I flip it so that it's the wheelbase is
I
shorter.
just confused myself. Yeah, shorter. So super snappy, responsive, but you lose the confidence. I think.
Oh, I have noticed on the few rides that I got in on the work and before the weather set in, that it felt really sluggish turning. It was so. I'd already talked a little bit about the fact that I may wanted to shorten that wheelbase up. Anyway,
Do we have it long?
We have it long. So.
It might help. Yeah.
Okay.
A little more power transfer and everything, but you lose. Like I'm not fast going up the climbs, but I'm
neither am I. But I also don't want to leave anything on the table.
No,
But
if I figure if I was comfortable and settle in, I think I lose more in the descents. I'm a horrible descender, like a mountain bike background or not. I don't know.
That was
the
one,
Libre is extremely. I'm confident, but
that was one thing at Unpaved that I felt. That's probably the most confident I have ever felt descending on that diverge with those 47s. I felt really comfortable bombing those descents.
Well,
And
every
that's
time
never been something that I felt comfortable.
I felt
Just
like
say a few Hail Marys and let it rip, right?
Full send, right?
Yeah, full
no,
send.
and that's what Jessica does. She's very fast, but also she has no fear of death. And
we know that.
I don't know if you guys have crashed on gravel or dirt type of or asphalt where. Yeah, it hurts.
It comes out for a long time. Another little piece of gravel pops out of the scab.
Used to fall on
She fell a lot
turf.
with-
And when you fall on turf, you get those little grimy, little beads in your scabs.
Oh, the stuff
so,
they
exactly.
put into
so
the
that's
turf.
how I
Well,
equivalent.
Jess has fallen on asphalt a lot too.
Correct.
Mostly her birthdays every year. But yeah, that's the Suture project, ULTD. So it's on back order. We do have some frame sets coming though, some other sizes of the ULTDs.
Have you posted pictures of the Tricos?
No,
or
I got
anything you're
before
doing?
and afters, but
Okay.
Jerry just 30 minutes on the way. Yes, we do have some other Sutra frame sets coming in and other sizes. I just happen to be the most average size, so not available right now. But yeah,
Jess, are you still streaking?
I'm still streaking.
yep, even when she was sick.
I'm still streaking. I'm on day 17. It's the 17th
Well,
day of the week.
it's not hard.
So I know it's the 17th day of streaking.
When do you think it's going to end?
I want it to go to the first day of Gravel World's bike ride.
Okay, wow.
That's what I want. That's the goal.
Your tough cart's going to be like if you have some events before that, like if you have a travel day.
Yes, it's
or
going to
something
be.
like that.
Yes, it will be tough,
Oh
but
yes.
I will. I mean, if it goes until Croatan, I'll be a very happy person.
Yeah.
If it goes then.
I actually had a day that I was supposed to get on the bike. I did swim, so I do have a Strava activity logged, but I didn't actually get on the bike. So you outstreaked me.
So one of the constraints for this is we were looking at going out to West Virginia.
Yeah.
For a couple days because of the holiday weekend. Snow. Luckily, I got my Airbnb refund back.
You could just take
Not
the
that I'm
Peloton
cheap.
with you.
No, but we were planning on the departure because so Jessica could get her streak and an arrival coming home. So
just an overnight. So you would ride in the morning, then go do fun things, and then come back the next day.
Yeah,
and you'd get
Joey
it.
didn't want to ride because we would have the dog. So Joey wasn't packing bikes. So that was put a little bit
I
of
bike pack.
he put a little bit of a situation. We weren't going to go anyway because we knew they were going to get a lot of snow and we were going to get something. So, but yeah, it gets tough. Like Wednesday when I have a department meeting until 5:30. Making sure I get up and ride, get Blake settled, and all that stuff. It's a lot of time management, but we're going to see it through.
Cool.
Hopefully till Croatan.
So I mentioned this before we started today, that there's a new Gravel Hall of Fame, and Joey immediately was like, I don't want to talk about that. He turned his mic off.
I'm eating some more
He
cookies.
was chewing, and then he turned his mic off, and then he decided that he was going to talk about this, so he was going to turn his mic back on.
And we're not really going to talk about it. I didn't want to let the week that it goes, that it was launched, go by without actually, commenting on it or mentioning it. But I do think it's a little early for the gravel community to deem itself worthy of a Hall of Fame. I think I don't know that we're mature enough for that, but Okay, whatever.
Maybe
That's-
like a solid decade.
Yeah, you need a little
Right?
bit. You need a little bit of something underneath your belt. But I think it might be a little early. But hey, you be you. You do you. I can mute you over here if you just say, Brian, mute me. I can
never
turn
have
you
to
off.
talk about this.
All right, that's all we're going to talk about. Strava Club, Joey.
All right. Jonathan Paul from Verona, Virginia with a 156.3.
2 first names.
Yeah.
Job,
John
Jonathan.
Paul. Isn't that a rapper or some clothing brand?
John Raphael. John.
Oh, God, no.
Jaron Raffio is from Parks and Rec, right?
Yeah. Then we have Mike Reese from Akron, Ohio with 115.9.
Job, Mike.
I think he follows me on Instagram.
Nicola Russo from Strava because she doesn't have a lot of club. She's not one of. I think she's a PA lady. She rode unpaved, I believe.
Okay.
Just doesn't. Maybe I gave out too much info. 267 miles.
No, that's smart. When somebody hides they don't really share their location. I don't think we should out them.
I was going to put from. Yeah, well, I put from Strava. I would say Watopia.
That's funny. You do that.
That's where the Scranton Strangler's from.
And what did you need to get into?
Sorry, I was washing down the bread. We needed 112, so I think it went down a couple miles from like 115.
Okay. Snow.
And-
Snow.
Yeah, we had a huge spike. We went up to 804 members from 804.
What happened?
We just didn't get anybody newly interested in us.
Oh.
That's okay. It happens.
But if you do want to get newly interested in us, although you're already listening, so you're already interested enough, but you're not on Strava Club, strava.com/clubs/gravel travel dirt.
Thank you, Jay. Jess, did you get any questions this week or anything you wanted to talk about?
So the number one thing in the cycling group I'm in is shorts, padded shorts on the Peloton. Joey's sister, for example, just got a new bike, and she was asking me, she's like, how do you sit for this long? I'm like, invest in padded shorts.
Chamois butter.
And chamois butter, yeah. So chamois butter has been working wonders for me. I feel like that's
Awesome.
the unsung hero of this training is using chamois butter.
Not too bad coming from a Chamois Buddy ambassador.
I am a newly appointed chamois ambassador.
Chamois butter.
Chamois butter
yeah.
ambassador. So I'm glad it. I stand behind it real well, and
No, you
all those
sit on
good
it.
things. I do sit on it.
You sit on.
You stand in front of it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have a hard time. I'm gonna mimic this, and you guys are gonna make fun of me. Sometimes I have a hard time getting it out of the tube and like going back and forth on it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like it's like sticky.
So you put it directly on the chamois. There's 2 ways to apply chamois butter.
I do a little cup in my hand and I
Yep.
squirt it in.
Yep. I put it in the hand
Oh,
too.
I didn't know that.
Put it in the hand.
Wow.
And you
Instead of putting it on the
then you
chamois.
just
Oh.
like, you're going down and you scoop it on in
Yeah.
down there. Yeah.
Yeah, you just rub it around. Don't
Wow.
get too carried away.
I put it on the chamois, like a hot dog, like back and
You
forth,
know
like
what?
a hot dog.
You know what I appreciate most about chamois butter?
What?
Is the graphic design of the logo. Have you ever noticed it's actually a bike? It's somebody on a bike from the top down. You've noticed that, right?
No, I haven't. However, do you know chamois butter is only a company of 4 people?
No way.
4
Are you
people.
serious?
No joke. 4 people.
Well, they need more employees.
They do need more employees. They had over 200.
You talking about like that?
No. Look over on the logo on the thing.
Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah.
the old school logo.
Yeah. See how it's the B is the butt.
Oh,
The B
now
is,
I see it. Yeah.
The B is the butt.
But they have 4 people that work there.
That's amazing.
So when I was messaging them and they were messaging me back, they're like, you got to be patient with us because we had over 350 applicants, 16 spots.
Can I
and
read that?
They only have 4 employees.
Wow.
I know, that's crazy. And it was voted like 2021. It was voted the best on.
That is a gold mine. Is what
It
is.
is a gold mine. Yeah.
They told you to hold on.
Ooh.
Yep. A lot of people tell me to hold on,
I
Joey.
know,
I'm a little
just-
bit too much for a lot of people.
You're the only one that can't get away with telling Jess to slow down.
I tried.
Okay.
Can I read that later?
Sure.
I
Yeah.
just want to see them saying, hey.
I think we're doing a giveaway with them on my personal Instagram page, and I'm not gonna leak this yet, but it's a year's worth of chamois butter.
Holy cow!
How
do you qualify? What is a year's
What if you
worth?
have a Jerry Porter versus a Brian Rains?
Yeah.
Bankrupt or they don't use any?
Well,
I don't
think what it
know.
comes down to is like I don't even use it anymore because my butt is basically sandpaper. So I haven't used chamois butter in a long time.
I love. No offense to chamois butter. I discovered that one brand, Utter
Utter something.
Utter butters.
been very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're a
Okay.
split chamois household.
I use chamois butter.
A split butt cream household.
Split.
I started using chamois butter last year again, and then or just using any type.
Yeah.
The idea of chamois butter, and then I started using a brand chamois butter.
I think for a long time, chamois butter is like the Kleenex. It's the generic term because
Yeah.
they were like really the first kind of
Yeah.
like. So
And
I think
then-
it has become like a generic term, chamois butter.
And I only just try. I mean, I was using it all up until I got that sample. It was a regular jar, but I'm getting low on that, so we'll see.
You may have to get some more.
Yeah.
Okay, so as promised, at the top of the hour, I'm doing real radio stuff
Yeah.
now. At the top of the hour, we promised to talk about how to save money for spring. And what we're doing is we're going to talk about indoor winter training on a budget, or just honestly, just winter training on a
Winter
budget.
training, yeah. I just briefly wrote over a couple because I know we can talk a lot.
Yeah, I mean, this could go on forever and ever, but I mean, specifically, we want to hit on trainers, non-smart trainers,
Dumb trainers.
dumb train. Is that really what people refer
People
to
come
them
to
as?
them and call them
dumb
dumb trainers. So I've
And some outdoor cycling gear that's sort of that's related but not really related. It's outdoor riding gear that's not specifically designed to be used for cycling. I think that's kind of your take on where you're going with this, right? Am I right in that?
sorry,
Yeah,
now
okay.
I'm getting
Sorry.
messages about our hats that are coming.
You're just
I'm
a busy
popular.
man
Everyone's
on a
coming to the
Monday.
podcast.
Always a busy man.
Woo. Okay, so why the dumb trainer over the smart trainer, Joey? Why would somebody move in that direction?
I wouldn't say move. So I would say I have a bike shop where people come in and ask me, like, we have this Zwift set up, and then some people I tell them, the kicker, you got $1,200 trainer and all this other stuff, and
Sticker shock.
yeah,
Seeing those prices.
but it looks cool and they want to do it, and I try to educate them on like you don't have to have the $1,200 trainer.
So you don't have to have the smart trainer
No,
to participate
in the
with
Dirty
something
Kitten
like
Challenge.
With Zwift.
Yes,
Let's just say Zwift in general.
yeah.
Um,
I'm doing part of this in case people
Or dirty getting people.
are dirty. They want to hear, like, they've heard us talk about Dirty Kitten, but they're
Mm.
like, oh, I don't have a. No, you don't have to have the $1,000 Ceres, the $1,200 Wahoo. Yeah, there's a little sticker shock sometimes.
So what's a good dumb trainer? We're just going to use that term.
So
What's a good setup?
So the one I picked, I thought I hit the link. So we used to use a lot of Kinetic and Cyclops, Ceres, whatever you want to call them nowadays. There's 3 different types of dumb trainers. Basically, you have a wind trainer, a mag, and a fluid trainer.
Okay.
So your wind is like a Cessna in your house because it's basically using the wind as a fly, like for the flywheel and to build
To
your
create
resistance.
resistance.
Yeah, it's very loud, but it works. You could find those for like $120.
So wind, magnet, or fluid, those
Yeah.
are the 3
Those are the
mechanisms
3.
to create
Yeah.
the resistance in the trainer.
Correct.
Okay.
The mag uses magnets. It's your mid-level trainer that traditionally was around $200, $250. Uses magnets, and generally to adjust your resistance, those magnets have different settings, and you could shift your bike, but it's not going to change the resistance.
Okay.
So you either have a notch on the back to adjust it, or you have like a cord that comes around with a cable, so you can
Okay.
adjust it while you're riding.
That sounds
change yours.
complicated.
It's not too bad.
Okay.
It's a nice unit, but it's middle noise-wise, it's loud.
Okay.
And then your typical fluid trainer uses hydraulics in the back with the flywheel, and you adjust your resistance with your shifting. So
Okay.
you build up resistance with it's hydraulics.
So it's basically like paddles inside the hydraulic fluid.
Yeah.
The faster it goes, the more resistance it creates.
Yeah, you can shift that bike and it'll actually function. Like
So I know that, because that's, I think, where a lot of us started
Yeah.
before the days of smart trainers.
Yeah.
With the fluid trainer. And I know that.
and those were like fluids were expensive back in the day.
Yeah.
$350 or so.
Yeah. Yeah. They were not
Yeah.
cheap. And they also, I know that one of the reasons that worked well with Zwift is that it had a known power curve.
Yeah.
Meaning that you could combine a lot of different things together, particularly the speed and the cadence with the type of trainer, and it would know what power output you were putting out at that time.
Yeah. Is that still a thing? Like you find your trainer on the Zwift?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's how. If you're not using a smart trainer, that's pretty much what you have to do. Because that's how they'll know what the power curve is.
The one I picked, and I'll put the link in here right now, is the Kinetic Road Machine. That's the Road Machine. It's their bulletproof. What do you call that? Like the Staple Child flagship, regular trainer from them. It has a power sensor built into it, so it can send all that data over to, like, whether you're doing Ruby or Trainer Road or Zwift. There's a bunch of other.
It's got that little Bluetooth pod on it.
Yeah. Okay. And it's like a mini little power meter kind of thing.
Okay.
So it's 100% compatible with everything right out of the box. It's already, like you said, recognized by everything. It's a fluid. It's a very nice. Like, we've used these a lot in the past, along with the Ceres
very
fluid.
smooth.
Yeah,
very smooth,
and it's not ungodly loud. But yes, it's very fluid, just like the name. I hate that dog.
My parents have that one. You recommended that one to my parents while when we first met.
Yeah, okay, it's Bluetooth compatible and it's very nice.
So you've got your dumb trainer.
Yep,
and it's a very nice dumb trainer. Yep. I don't want to discount this by calling it dumb. That's what I don't.
It's a very nice.
It's dumb in that it's not
doesn't have a motor on it.
It's not getting feedback. It's actually just pushing information one direction. It's not getting something back to create resistance.
Correct.
I think is why we're calling it.
It doesn't. It's not. You don't plug it into the wall.
Right. It's got a little coin cell battery in that little pod.
Yeah. And it's very simple. It's someone that wants no nonsense, and you can get on and just ride and watch the football game with it.
What else would you need?
That's why I hate that dog. So from that,
Blake, I almost said Max.
Yeah.
I almost said Max. So just let everybody know that Blake it just jumped up to go ward off evil spirits out front of the house.
Yeah. So basically, you could get that. With that sensor, you could hop on Zwift, right? With that sensor is going to give you your speed and everything.
Okay.
As far as like power goes, you could get on and go. You could put a speed sensor on, I believe, with that one, and get a little bit more accurate with the algorithm. With
the Road Machine 2, with the little Bluetooth pod, do you have to have the speed sensor?
No, you can get on. They advertise it's ready out of the box.
Ready, right out of the box. Yep.
Okay. Like the way Zwift works, if you put usually Zwift's a little more accurate with the algorithm. The more, like if you put on a cadence sensor, you could get a cadence sensor, which is $40 from Wahoo. If you wanted a heart rate strap or if you were a smartwatch, same thing. Or it gets a little more accurate, but you don't need to.
You could also get one of the Kinetic machines. It's a fluid trainer without the little Bluetooth power pod thing on it. Then in that instance, you would actually need a speed and cadence sensor. Okay.
So whether you you get a regular one. So a speed or cadence sensor from Wahoo is $40 each.
Okay.
They want you to buy the combo, so you save $10. So we go through a bunch. You can buy speed and cadence for your indoor riding for $70.
No, they're pretty reliable, right?
Extremely reliable, I would say. Yeah. Which makes the mountain biking and the outdoor riding a little more accurate for some folks.
Yeah,
you're not getting GPS dropout, so you could use it outside too. So you're not wasting your money.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
sure. So that actually makes great sense.
Yeah. So it's a little bit more accurate than GPS. So like places in Drum Point and all on the average Joe where the trees are. I mean, I know we're doing 17, 18. It says I'm doing 9.
Yeah.
So if you're really picky about, because it's going to mess up your average if you're really a number hunter.
Well, I'm not
ride
like that,
outside with it.
I don't like it because I want my numbers to be right. That happens to me all the time.
Yeah. So that's that's like the basic cost. So like so that trainer is $300 now on sale for $224. So not a bad deal at all, and that's from Kinetic directly.
And you don't need anything else.
No,
you could literally.
So
that's actually the best way. If you're out there and you're thinking about a trainer,
yeah,
that's actually
you don't know if you're going to like it. Use it for a season. you could sell it for a good chunk next year, and if you upgrade, or you're good with it.
Or $224. I mean, that's actually not a bad backup, because if you really get into it and you decide to upgrade to like a kicker or a kicker core,
You pull a TED, you break one, you buy another one, and you get the other one back.
You've got something there that you could actually, and also that would travel with you quite nicely.
Oh, it's much lighter.
Yeah, if you wanted to go do a trainer session at a gym, or you had somebody in your club that was doing something.
So when I used to go to the bike night at the trainer shop at
we had
the
one
old
of those at
Patuxent
Lynn.
Adventure Center, that's what I would use.
This would also travel well with you to keep the streak alive.
Exactly.
Joey, spend $224 for Jess, please.
The only extra cost out of the box you might have to spend is if you have a through axle bike. You need a through axle adapter.
Yeah, okay.
So it plugs in. If you have quick release, it comes with a new skewer that's metal on each side. Tapered ends, doesn't slip out. All the good stuff. It's pretty nice, and it's bright. It's bright. Kinetic's always bright green.
That bright green.
You're not going to stub your toes. No offense to my Ceres Cyclops stuff we always carry, which I have a lot of the Ceres coming in. It's those are black. Those you could overlook really easy if you have it in like your garage or something. Or storage.
Does Ceres have one? Now, I've not been a brand ambassador for Ceres for a very long time, so I don't know. Do they have one that has something similar to what the little power pod on the Kinetic does? I don't mean to put you on the spot. I don't know whether they have that or not. While you're looking that up, I mean, so even say $224.
Yes, they do. It comes with a sensor, a speed sensor.
It comes with a sensor, so it's not power output, but it comes with the other parts. So it's also could be out of the box.
Out of the box, ready to go.
Out of the box, ready to Zwift.
Here's the bugaboo. The Fluid 2 from Ceres is $380.
Ah.
Yeah.
So that Kinetic Road Machine 2 is a steal.
Yeah. That used to be $350 not long ago.
How about those rollers you used to have? Like, I can't balance on them, but those rollers, do you know the rollers?
I used to use rollers.
Joey
all
used
the time.
to use them in my one little apartment because when I was using that kind of trainer, Joey would just put his rollers down and ride next to me.
No, you could do. I had severe problems at like the first few times Zwifting because I crashed. I fell off a lot because naturally I would try to turn. Rollers are great. Rollers just not for everyone, and they can be expensive. And then rollers, you definitely need sensors, but you can use them. I Zwifted a lot with them, but I think the tax rollers I had were $300-$400, and there's some really cool. There's this company called Emotion, and some other companies do it now, but the Emotions rocked, so it actually like had movement. So if you got up to sprint, you wouldn't ride off of it.
No, okay.
It was really cool. But rollers is a whole different beast. But you can't. You can find some on eBay or Marketplace.
Yeah. So say the $224, and you go. I mean, what's the trainer market? What aftermarket look like? Can if you really wanted to get out and get yourself something?
I've been seeing a lot of like these maybe without the pod or the power thing. Sitting on like Facebook Marketplace, I've sent to friends for like $100-$150, which is pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's brand new MSRP. I mean, there's always stuff on the Facebook Marketplace and the market groups or whatever they're called.
Okay.
So
you could jump right into Zwift.
Yep.
On a pretty small budget.
Yep.
On the bike you've got, so you don't have to worry about any of that. What's a Zwift membership?
So
now?
is it like $15
a month or something like that? And they've even got a program where, because we're in a place where it's a relatively short winter riding season.
Yes.
3-4 months, and then you can get back outdoors. Zwift will even allow you to suspend your membership.
Yep. And
only pay for it during the month and time that you're using it, and it keeps your account active, so that then when you want to come back to it, you can actually just turn it back on, which I think is really nice.
That's a really cool feature. But over the winter, I've been seeing so many people out biking in like crazy cold weather. Like so many people.
Idiots.
Okay, so we promised a little bit more.
A little bit more. So that's basically the indoor setup.
Okay, so
what are these outdoor hacks?
Hacks. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Outdoor riding gear.
So
hacks.
you don't want to go. And I try to talk to people about, because winter clothing is not cheap.
God, no.
But if you think the lifespan of winter clothing, you might wear it December, January, February, March, but maybe not even all that, because we've had you'll get some of those days where it's nice and you just go out and it's like
Every
60
day
degrees.
is almost late December. I was still out in short pants, half pants.
So you're not using it. Like, it lasts a while. I finally got new winter riding clothes this year after like 5 or 6 years. So it lasts. But you don't have to. The typical nice pair of gloves from Specialized or whatever is $50 to $70. You know, if you want outdoor shoes or shoe covers, you're spending $50-$60 on shoe covers. You know, shoes are a few $100 unless you know Chris Howell, and then you make a deal and we got some nice boots for like shoveling snow because they're. I need to go to Alaska because they're probably that warm. It's not warm or cold enough here for them. But, you know, then you got to get nice thermal bibs or overpants. And, like, you could spend $500-$600 on a winter kit pretty quickly.
Then you need a spreadsheet to know what to wear.
Temperature fluctuations,
Yeah, what to wear when. And, you know, here's the wind chill is this.
You know,
so I need this
55 and you go out, I'm wearing a long sleeve and bibs, and you're wearing a jacket and
I know, that's right.
Full pants and stuff. So,
although towards the end of the season, I noticed that I was not having to put on as much clothing.
Yeah,
as I
did.
Yeah.
So if you want to be not temporary, but if you don't see yourself riding as much, I mean, these are the basic stuff that I know and I've done or seen people do.
Good example. So So a good example would be like all of a sudden somebody said, "Hey, it's Martin Luther King Day. Everybody's got a day off work. It's cold out, but still, let's go for a little bike ride."
Yeah.
So you're not going to go invest $700 or $800 in winter gear to go out one time. But to say you wanted to go out, these are some hacks that could actually
keep you warm
and allow you to do that without breaking the bank.
Because you probably have clothes to go outside that are going to keep you warm.
Yeah.
So you don't need specific stuff. You know, if you have regular winter gloves or gloves, a lot of stuff, like I like the Gore Windstopper. You're not going to get that in a lot of stuff that's not outdoor-ish related. But if you have just gloves, rubber gloves, like surgical gloves or whatever, that stuff inside, it's going to block the wind.
Okay.
Like, it's pretty simple. You can buy it. Well, they're expensive now, actually, so I shouldn't have said it.
It's true.
Oh, my God. I try to buy them for service stuff. It's like $35-$40 for a pack.
Now,
usually it's $20.
I've tried this before, and my only problem is you sweat inside of them.
You need sweat a little bit.
And
you want to sweat a little bit? You want me
like the tips of the fingers had little puddles. That I sweated a lot inside of them.
But it's...
but it will block the wind.
Block the wind, yeah.
No doubt about that.
The biggest thing in the wintertime is blocking wind if you have the right clothes. Well, you can have the right clothes, but if you can't block the wind.
Yeah.
You know, your feet's the next big one, feet and head. So if you don't have a little skull cap, I've never done it, but I've seen people put Gorilla Tape or duct tape over the vents in their helmet.
Okay, to kind of hold the heat in?
Or keep the wind. We wear like one of the most vented helmets in the cycling industry, so in the wintertime, it's going to suck the cold air.
I'll be honest with you, Joey, I'm not putting any Gorilla Tape on my
No, but there's people,
$8 million.
I've seen people do it.
Helmets. I could put like a skull cap over top of it.
Yeah. But I do, until I got winter shoes, I would take a little bit, no one would notice it, underneath the vents on the shoes.
No, that's a good tip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The vents on the shoes, because when your feet get cold, you're done.
Yep.
And then, I talked about it last year. I was putting foil around my socks.
Like aluminum foil?
Aluminum foil or trash bag, yeah.
And then you would wear the little aluminum foil hat?
And then I would put my finger in an outlet.
I dare you to actually one day go for a ride. Wrap your feet up in aluminum foil, then wrap the top of your head.
I would cover the tip of my feet with foil. Like,
that is smart.
Like little hot pockets.
And
slide them in my shoes.
That's actually really
smart. And you could cut a bag.
Because everybody's done the bag thing, but the bag, that's so thin. I think foil would actually stand up a little bit. Yeah.
It does sometimes crumble over time, but...
Now, what about putting like a little... like the little toe warmers and stuff, like the finger warmers, hand warmers
in your shoe.
I
have no room for that.
I've actually done that before.
You get them in there,
and you just shove them in there. I've also seen insoles, heated insoles, that have like little USB ports.
Right, now that's pinky in the
charge them and remote control, but we're talking about saving money, not spending.
That sounds ridiculous.
$80 again on something. So this is the cheap one. This is the cheap. But I like the idea of foil. I've never tried the foil thing. I had when I was a kid and you go out to play in the snow. This is before. This is a long time ago. Mom would shove your feet in bread bags, plastic bags that you get your bread in.
Yeah.
That's what we saved them for. And then that would go inside your winter boot.
So you guys got on the horse and carriage and rode around town? Yeah.
Before Wi-Fi was around.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. It was. Have you ever known a time when there wasn't Wi-Fi, Jess? Okay.
When I was a kid.
Check it in. Just making sure.
You had to yell at someone because they were on the phone. Get off the phone! I'm on the computer. What? So and you probably have other like the biggest thing is the wind. I mean, you could go all hobo and put. I've even seen regular cyclists do that. Put a newspaper in their chest.
Oh, we've done that.
Yeah.
On tour, when we get like a weird, crazy cold day and we're climbing and we know there's going to be cold, we will actually go out and get day-old newspapers and put them in the vans.
Yeah.
Because then when people get to the top, and then they're going to start screaming because they'll sweat it coming up, and then they'll scream it going down, and they'll shove newspaper inside the front of their jersey. That actually is...
Keep that wind out.
And moving blankets is the other thing at rest stops. Moving blankets at rest stops.
But otherwise, I mean, people people have other clothes. You can get overpants from like Columbia or Under Armour, like tights.
And I guess just scrounge your closet for the other stuff that you already have. You know, everybody's got some sort of a base layer kind of a thing. I was just reading your notes, and I've got the whole like the foil Columbia.
I wear those more than
Yeah.
my specialized base layer and stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't have winter riding pants, so I just put my leggings on and then I put my riding shorts on top of it. Because I don't have, you have longer pants that are fleece inside, and I don't have that, so I just put my leggings on and then throw on
Well, when
my
you do that,
cycling-
make sure you don't put your chamois butter on your leggings.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So you have to put your leggings over your...
Yeah, no, a lot. I wasn't using chamois butter, but yes, leggings, and then just put my shorts on.
Yes.
So this I think has been a great conversation. You don't. So to boil it down, you don't have to spend a lot of money to get on Zwift. You can actually do that. Don't read too much into the term dumb trainer.
Yep.
You can also come up some hacks like you did for outdoor riding if you're not doing it. And then another way is to actually use the GTD20 code at Cutaway USA. You can save a bunch of money
And some nice
over
clothes, yeah.
at cutawayusa.com using the term GTD20. Okay.
The other thing I used to do, I mean, I have a smart trainer, so I'm not going out when it's... Sorry, Ted.
No.
You guys are all dumb. But I used to wear ski goggles a lot.
Yeah.
Because when my eyes start watering, you can't see because I have sensitive eyes.
Because your eyes would freeze.
Basically.
Did you see Ted's ride the other day that he did? It was like he had icicles.
I just called him out, yeah.
All over his beard. Like, no, I'm not doing that.
No,
you
you have
that
a nice indoor
there
setup.
was snot in some of that icicles
That was all
were in
snot.
that beard. That was not all sweat, Ted. We know.
But,
we know the truth.
Yeah, that's about it.
All right, you guys want to look at this or that?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's look at this or that.
I got to walk the dog.
First item this week, an inexpensive indoor setup combined with great clothing for 20 to 30 degree rides, or no clothes and a nice indoor setup, like a nice smart trainer indoor setup. Which would you rather have?
I'm going with the first one.
The first one, the inexpensive indoor setup from the
Yes,
lady
because-
that rides the Peloton?
Yes, wait.
Holy cow.
Pre-Peloton days, remember, Joey? I had my little trainer in my one-bedroom apartment, and I used to not Zwift. I just used to watch like Game of Thrones or something on my mini iPad and call an hour and a half in the saddle, and I was done.
Okay.
I mean, that was 5 years ago. That's
It was
before I
simple.
met Joey. Yeah.
Well, you have only of
5 or
late
6.
started with the whole cycling computer and
Correct.
doing
Correct.
Strava
It
stuff.
didn't help.
And for a long time, you were just like it was from the right place of it's just numbers. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, I don't wear a Garmin anymore. The only reason why I link things to Strava is so that the dirty kitten people can put in my numbers. But I'm not a. I mean, I've ditched the Garmin watch. I've ditched a lot of. I don't have
Are
a
you
bike
still using the
computer.
Whoop?
Oh yeah, I got the Whoop on.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the Whoop is giving you
The
all
Whoop is up.
Ted King believes in the Whoop.
I am going to go with a very nice indoor setup. Once it gets cold out, I don't need to be out there. All you
Nothing
end up
to
doing is
prove.
getting a cold, and then everybody thinks you got COVID, and you're sneezing, and you got snot sickles on your beard, Ted. I'm fine being indoors.
It was 2 weekends ago. Mike O'Grady, last name was a couple folks rode out of the shop right after that other snowstorm and all that. Yeah, the snow melt. And I know all of them had kickers, and like Mike even has a climb and stuff. Like,
what are you doing?
What are you doing? And Mike came back because Mike went down to the black ice, and then they had to walk places on the road because of black ice.
No,
I'm gonna go with the nice indoor setup, which we have quite the room.
We do have a very. I mean, you got to remember, Joey's been in the bike industry
a long time
since he's been in high school.
You don't have a paying cave; you have a paying attic.
Yeah, I reap the benefits of Joey's. I mean, I have highly
reap the benefits
of
Joey.
The benefits of. I mean, my GMC bike I bought on Amazon for $100. 6 years ago is nothing to what I have now. So,
yeah, it's. Even if you don't have to have a nice indoor setup. You can be smart and ride your kinetic fluid too, inside on Zwift,
and get a great workout and hit the spring.
You don't
hard.
even need Zwift. Like you can just sit on your bike for an hour and a half and do some workouts.
I was before the days of Zwift. I was a trainer road person. I did the trainer road workouts.
I used to love their podcast,
and it was boring. I find Zwift was a game changer for me because it's engaging.
It's a video game.
And you kind of get to
just like Pokemon. I'm level 27 now.
I do the same loop. Joey says all the time, he's like, "Did you pick some more boring path?" Because I could honestly care less what's going on with that.
Second item, Jess, a smoker or a grill? He's like, "What are you talking about? Aren't
Why
they the
would I
same
need
thing?"
Any of those things.
Which would you rather have Joey come in and say, I smoked something on the smoker or I made something on the grill?
Now that's a good question.
See, there we go.
That's a much better question.
adapted it.
I like the smoker.
Okay,
I do like the smoker.
I'm a smoker guy too. Joey?
Pellet smoker.
Yeah, smoker's hand down.
No, there's some stuff like she bought me a nice grill like 4 years ago for Christmas, but there's some stuff where you need a grill, and there's some like you're not gonna do like my pellet smoker. I could jack the heat up, but I can't sear a steak. I don't have the sear box from Camp Chef, I will have times both going. I'll smoke the steak for like an hour and then a few minutes seared.
Yeah,
but I think my smoker's about to retire itself. I've been looking at new smokers.
Yeah, I'm in the. I need.
But then I could do stuff like this.
Are
you talking about Danglebong?
Next item: Pop-Tarts or granola bars?
Pop-Tarts.
Pop-Tarts.
Pop-Tarts are 100% my favorite.
Pop-Tarts are amazing.
How do you eat your
I love
Pop-Tarts?
eating them.
We've talked about this before, stacking them together.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
What I do is before you open the foil, I snap them in half. So basically I've turned 2 Pop-Tarts into 4 Pop-Tarts. And then I pull the pieces out. And I used to have a dog that...
Pop-Tart?
No. She would hear the foil from the Pop-Tarts, and she would just come flying because I would always give her the little corners. Because the dry corner of the Pop-Tart is the worst part of the Pop-Tart, right? Yeah.
If you stack it, you get a lot in every bite.
At school, they give the kids whole grain Pop-Tarts.
Ugh.
And I have a lot of kids who are like, I love Pop-Tarts, but I hate these things. Like, a lot of them, like, they get very upset. Like,
have you had, like, a bakery's Pop-Tarts?
Yeah, at the Iron Rooster.
Iron Roosters, yeah.
They're delicious.
That's what I'm saying.
Amazing.
Didn't we get one time?
I used to get them a lot when I worked.
Bull Rushes does Pop-Tarts, too.
What's Bull Rush?
Bull Rush's little cafe. It's a breakfast lunch place up where the Lido's in Prince Frederick is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they do little Pop-Tarts. Jess, the old soundboard or the new soundboard? Come on.
I mean, I like the colors.
It's colorful.
It's
okay.
very
There you
colorful.
go. That works. So new soundboard. I'm going with the new soundboard.
Aesthetically pleasing. That looks like we know what we're doing.
It's
just
just
an us you. It looks beautiful.
It's so much easier to set up. It's just amazing.
I mean, I feel like you're like Dr. Dre and we're about to throw down. We're either a producer.
Wiki.
That is not Dr. Dre.
I'm not going to hit a button to make noises. So that's the other thing.
Yeah.
You guys won't wear headphones, so I can't hit buttons like the applause button or the alarm button or the beep button. I've just got buttons. I like having all these buttons.
I'm like an AirPod converter now.
You guys got anything else before we shut it down?
No, I would say so. During the podcast, we upped our ante and we went to 20% off at Cutaway, but we know that. And then I was hats. Hats are in the works. I was talking to John from the Pennsylvania Dirtbags, and I got the invoice and stuff. So I'm going based off of what I know the patch looks like, and I know what the hat looks like, and they're going together, and it's going to look
on point.
10 out of 10.
Nice. I'm excited for that.
So I've already had people messaging me. I'll start a little log. I'd appreciate if we just wait till I actually in so I can just do it all at once.
Do you want me to put like, we're not going to do like e-commerce, like the Shopify thing?
No. Like I've already had texts and Instagrams, which is great.
Well, if you want them all in the same place, I could actually put a form on the website that people would go fill out, give you the information you need, click the button, and then everything would come to you and it'd all be the right information.
Because if I collected their email, I could do one mass email.
Yes.
Genius.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Would you
let's
like
do
me
that.
to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So at some point during this week, I will put a form on the website.
I know a web
with
designer.
a button.
Can you do that?
Yes, I'll do it.
Okay.
And it'll say, order your hats. And it's not going to be e-commerce, meaning you're not going to pay for them there, but it's just
like
going
a
to be
form.
the place where Joey can collect the one place instead of having a DM over here on Instagram and a tweet from a Twitter to
so we can
you.
get email, shipping address, name, and number.
Got it.
That's all we need.
I will take care
So I
of
can
that
blast
for
the
you.
email out, and I can have all the addresses I can just print out on labels.
Got you back.
'Cause I'll
Got
screw
you
it
back.
up.
And then the other thing that you can find a link on our website to cutawayusa.com to use GTD20, which is our new 20% code.
Yeah, all capital letters for GTD.
All caps. Okay.
If anybody is doing cat camp, I really want to go. So if somebody out there is doing cat camp and would like to gently nudge me along and encourage me to do that also. I don't do a lot of bike things without Joey because I don't know a lot of biking things without Joey. So just gently nudge me in the direction of Jess. Do good things for yourself. Do this one crazy adventure for yourself. So
Speaking of cat camp.
no, not like cat camp.
No, have you seen these tents for cats? I'm sure
It's like a little cat.
Alex and Chris need this.
It's a little tent that a cat can live in.
Would you, so this or that, would you prefer the Arkansas out in the middle of nowhere or hang out with your friends like Alex?
At cat camp.
And
The only reason why I would do cat camp a little bit more is because to connect with people in the area, the DC area, but also because I won't have to take tons of personal time. Like I won't have to fly there.
You won't be
like I can
travel
drive
time.
there. Like and I'm gonna try to drive there by myself and like put the bikes on my car by myself. Like being an independent woman.
Ah,
yeah,
nice.
and because Alex puts on nice
Hell
stuff.
show.
Oh yeah, I mean she's amazing. I love that when she reaches out to me. She's such a great person.
And speaking of Dirty Kitten, they just launched a podcast.
Cat chat.
Cat Chat.
Cat chat.
Yeah.
Oh, you remember we used to do that?
Yeah. We used to little meows every once in a
Yeah, that
while.
was Wes.
So check that out. You'll be easy to find. It's just if you put into your podcast player,
Perfect.
Dirty Kitten Cat
Perfect.
Chat. It's perfect.
Yeah.
I like that, Joey.
Okay.
Nice. It's very witty. Check it out. They had a really nice, great first episode, I thought. So
I love watching their things.
Yeah.
They're what great people they are. Actually, when we listen to them, I say, Joey, we don't sound this nice to each other when we're on the podcast.
Yeah, we were listening last night and said they're lovely.
So, thanks everybody for listening to this episode of Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt. If you enjoy the podcast, maybe consider joining our Patreon family. We really appreciate all the support that your monthly donations send our way. It's just nice.
Got us a new
Appreciate it.
soundboard.
Got a new soundboard.
We funded that. That was not
We
cheap.
do typically try to reinvest the money that we get back into our monthly costs and
We do.
things to make the thing better.
Because it goes towards all the stuff.
Yeah. Joey, how can folks get in touch with us if they want to do that?
Did you get any Wookiee voicemails?
Dustin, hey, it never came through. I actually had one. I was on the trainer the other night, and somebody called, and I picked up the phone, and it was Dustin from down
That's
in
why
North
nobody calls
Kakalaki.
Not
the
Dustin
number
Klein.
anymore.
No.
Is because you answer it sometimes.
No.
You need to set up like a Google line.
I mean, can you
One.
imagine like if you call Ben Affleck and he picks up? That's I was
picked that,
look,
then he
once
was-
in a lifetime opportunity Dustin got.
And then he told me what he was going to do, and then I was going to call back. That's my leg. Hey, I thought that was you.
I'm not looking at your leg.
Blake just put his paw up on my leg. Like felt like that. Oh, that's so nice.
He loves his brand.
Anyway, I picked up the phone and he was going to call back, but then I realized my voicemail was full, so I deleted all my
my
voicemails.
God.
But I don't know if it ever came through, so I didn't get any Wookiee.
Mine was full, which why I never got the full
Yours
COVID
is
test results.
always full.
So I don't know if I was actually on that. What's that big test? If I was ever positive.
PCR
maybe.
test?
Yeah. Anyway, graveltraveldirt.com where you can get to our forms to let us know hat. There's no sizes, but and then Instagram is at Mid-Atlantic GTD.
Mid-Atlantic Gravel Travel Endurance Recorder right here in Joey and Jess's kitchen. Thanks for riding along. Until next time, do good, be nice, go slow, and respect others.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye. Rear.
Love you. Bye.